year, but Fiddler coming off a tear his last several games in the 2021-22 campaign. 20 a game. Maverick showing zone here.
Jalen Wilson with his third three of the game.
Omaha may have theirs here before too long, and Norm Roberts subbing in Bobby Pettiford to get him in to keep the pace up.
And fade away from Jay Will.
Miller had 6 3-pointers in their exhibition game earlier this fall. He's the type of guy that if he gets going, he can keep the Vikes in the game.
So you're a Marvel guy?
I'm kind of a comic book geek.
All right. Jalen Wilson back at it. Don't forget about him. 14 in the first half for Jay Will in this first half. Dick going baseline. Wilson, 14 in the first half. Make it 17 for Jalen Wilson. On the road in the Summit League, longtime rivals for a lot of those schools. Jalen Wilson, what a finish in the air, around the world and in.
That Jay Will has here on the full speed cut, catches it in the air and dipsy-doos from left to right.
Last of the big four, if you will, in this Duke class to commit to the program, committed late. Wilson forcing the issue and hanging and hitting.
A spin move that will not go. And there's Grady Dick on cue. Here comes Wilson. And one.
First of all, great lead pass from Kevin McCullough. And then Jalen Wilson goes through not one, but 2 Southern Utah Thunderbirds.
Ooh, post up. Regional starting 5 out there for KU right now. Wilson got bumped, didn't matter. And one.
Little handoff. Grady Dick is in the corner, so Jalen Wilson's got all that space to operate.
Adams' biggest skill, 24 in white. This is Valentine, the size of it and how hard he plays. And Wilson again. Wilson working on the smaller Hepburn. Wall comes to help and one. What strength, though, by Jalen Wilson. He is almost impossible to move from one spot to the next. And Jalen Wilson hits a three. Harris off the side of the backboard. McCullough gives to Wilson and one. Yesapu to Adams. Layup too strong. Adams gets it out. Wilson.
He's working hard on those picks, isn't he? Now Jalen Wilson for 3. Well, we saw him in warm-up. He couldn't miss. Jayhawks have 11 buckets. Make it 12 buckets and 9 assists. And jump like that. Jalen Wilson. Boy, his three-pointer looks beautiful tonight.
From the free throw line. Wilson was 7 on the shot clock. Opens the scoring.
Richmond's got to put his shoulder into you and you are dead.
Deep 3 from Jalen Wilson. The 2 that he's hit.
Christian Brown hit a 3 and then it was over. That's a nice looking shot from Jalen Wilson. Here's Wilson. Corner 3.
Playing a little bit more aggressiveness.
Wilson and 2. Gorgeous shot.
Freshman Grady Dick. First shot goes up from Jalen Wilson. Not a surprise. Last Saturday against Indiana. Wilson just hesitated and then got around O'Parr, and he has 8 points. Yeah, that was 7 years ago. That was the only meeting between these two schools. This is meeting number 2. Wilson. Wilson. Back-to-back times down the floor for Kansas. Sakota gives it up. Silverstein, Ledlum from behind Wilson. And Ledlum's looking around like, what happened there?
There's a great cut, and let's watch. There's no foul. Great defense.
Harris thought about a 3. Wilson driving. Wilson reverse.
And because of the non-continuation, I don't think he had gathered to shoot it.
That's Wilson.
69-67. Wilson gets inside from the left side, drives right, puts it in. Weaving inside, couldn't roll it home. And now Wilson, Kansas with numbers. Harris back to Wilson, who puts it in.
Emmett Matthews at 6'7", had a size advantage. He just knifed right to the rim. Wilson casts off. These are two great shooting teams. Public apology on Friday. The last two games, he's received technical fouls, fouled out.
Wilson off the glass, and Jalen Wilson on the board. Wilson jumper, got it. Wilson.
Great player, already impacting Kansas in a big way. Wilson off of a nice feed from Bobby Pettiford with the finish off the glass. Well, Bill Self is good as there is coming out of a timeout. He's setting something up for his team. So this is an isolation for Wilson. Wilson does a good job getting it up the lane for the lob. And then the footwork. The tightrope finds Adams. Touch pass to Harris, who makes the extra pass. And Wilson passes in. Watson trying to give his team the lead. And does. So Jalen Wilson, his honey spot as he comes off basically a flare right there along the baseline is that corner.
Good pass.
Wilson will try and hit.
There's some great ones.
Wilson will try a three. Got it.
His father Charles, his uncle Ed, both stars at UCLA. Wilson, it's automatic right now. Get it ahead, McCullough. They don't have to be in a hurry on their shot. We hit 7 minutes to go first half. Wilson. Understand what you want to accomplish. 8 seconds left. The jumper is pure.
Good help by Baylor to take that away.
Good feed, and Wilson got loose for the easy layup.
Good play by Yesufu there to get that steal. He really read that very well.
Wilson barrels his way to the basket and puts it home.
Really press up on Cryer, Flagler, and George.
Wilson buries a three. Flagler's got 10.
These guys never seem to get tired. They play a ton of minutes and don't seem to ever get worn down.
Wilson jumper, got it. Jalen Wilson with 14.
He's just in a great rhythm. And he carries himself like the best player. His body language is so good.
Wilson from deep, got it. And Kansas has the lead.
The double team, and Sheboy turns it over.
Wilson ties it up with a runner at the other end.
He's on the watch list right now.
KJ Adams not looking to drive on Sheboy. Wilson might have gotten away with a carry right there. And back comes Kansas. Wilson left alone. Boy, they backed off the guy with the ball. When KU's needed a bucket, it's often been Wilson tonight. And it is again.
Boy, he just muscled that ball to the basket.
Wilson, another one. How many big shots has Jalen Wilson hit?
Wilson's got a matchup he can go against. Keontae Johnson's got to stick with them and force him to turn the corner and get to the basket. And then the screen by Uday. Noel goes underneath it, and they couldn't get out to him fast enough on the switch.
He's got Wilson and McCullough with him. Gives it to Jalen, who shoots a three.
Are not going in, but it's also outstanding defense. They're not getting the looks they got in Lawrence.
Wilson for three. It's only their third three-point attempt of the day.
He's going to shoot it. Why
Wilson,
not? Yep.
Third three of the day for Jalen.
He can make it off the bounce, too.
Here's Wilson's step-back jumper. So athletic.
They've been eating a nice cut, but couldn't make the pass.
Here comes Wilson heading to the rim. And he slides right past his middle school teammate Sherfield to lay it in.
That's a freshman. He'll finish that. He's
They run that back door. Usually it's a 1-4 Princeton back door.
Little hesitation. Ball tipped around. Godwin with the rebound. Stolen away by Wilson. Wilson to the basket, off the glass. He got the pinball.
And you know Wilson's going to swing. You'd love to see other guys get it going.
And he hasn't made mistakes either. Bad shots. He just played under the system. Strength going right. He is tough that way.
Continuation.
Over the last 20 years, though, without that dominant big, K.J. Adams, the option at 6'5", as Wilson hits his first shot. Jalen Wilson back to work. Contact up. Good. Great finish. Bill Self calling out orders. Yesufu, 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Wilson, and he puts it in.
And an outstanding rebounder. This is a winning play.
Lost at home to TCU by 1, lost at home to Kansas State in overtime, but they have been almost unbeatable since. Wilson spins and hits. Tough one on the baseline.
I mean, 9-1 in three-pointers made. It's not hard to figure out the difference in this game.
Wilson again, and a chance for 3. Harris back to Wilson. Wilson. He is taken over in the second half.
Here comes the crowd, a whiteout at Schollmeyer Arena. In the neighborhood of 7,000, and Wilson is on the board.
Wilson, one dribble. There's his first bucket since the 12:03 mark of the first half. From the field, 32%. Jalen trying to get in to the lane and with a high kiss off the glass.
In terms of passing.
2.5 minutes left in the first half in Lawrence. Underneath for Wilson, able to collect, spin, and score.
And Wilson buries it 2. Here's Harris. Wilson up and under. Wilson, a 3.
Yes,
Texas leading it by 13. Kansas trying to find a run. Wilson, a 3. Got it.
Look at him waiting for
92-93. Just very, very good.
Thank you. McCullough. Oh, look at that rebound. Wilson puts it in. Closing in on 3 minutes to go first half. Kansas leading by 11. Wilson.
Man.
That's well said. Wilson up ahead, off the window and in.
He's got 3 fouls. But that guy can score.
Wilson inside and 1. Swings to Wilson. Shot clock under 10. Jalen Wilson will try a 3.
Well, just get out of his way right here.
Wilson.
Yep.
And he spins it home. Beautiful. Almost the takeaway, and now Wilson again for 3. And another.
After transferring from Eastern Kentucky.
Wilson, jumper. Got it. Wilson with Kalsher on it. Gabe Kalsher was first team all Big 12 in the defensive end. That one from D. And he got another.
Early in this game. A quick start. He's got 13. Juwan Harris could have coached the team. And that takes nothing away from assistant coaches. Just they're dialed in and they know what they're expected to do.
Wilson inside, puts it in. TJ Otzelberger said he thought that Lipsy was going to be a really good player. Maybe not this good this fast. Easy looks.
Yeah, watch this. This time instead of short rolling, he's going to stay high so that he can seal Wilson inside, and that's that old lacrosse player, great passer, K.J. Adams. Good, perfect pass right to the corner of the board.
Beach winning on their home floor. Yesufu into the paint, kick out. Wilson wide open. Cunningham takes a tumble.
Hunter's really been shooting well the last 6 games. That's a big drive right there. I feel that way with him, but he's got to get shots. He's got to get free, use screens.
Wilson goes at the basket, puts it in.
You know, he hesitated on that shot. He wasn't sure he wanted to shoot it. You got to shoot it with confidence.
Wilson with the smaller Jabari Rice on him. The jumper is good. Strong rebound. Morris. Wilson comes away with it. Wilson at the basket. Jalen Wilson with the smaller Jabari Rice on him. And that fadeaway, that is Gordon.
Bringing Howard to prominence in the tournament. See, outside shot. See, that's beautiful ball move. Harris lost the handle. Great defense by Kansas. On the run out. Harris leaves it for Wilson, who lays it in. Now Harris out of the pack. Yesufu gives it right back. Harris steady gets it to Wilson. About 30 minutes after we're done here. And two teams that are very similar as they've arrived in this NCAA tournament. Wilson on the run out. They've arrived here with a clean slate.
Yeah, disappointed because of the amount of talent that is across the rosters on both squads.